Mike. Aaron, how are you doing today?
We're doing great, Jessie. How are we doing today? You're looking great. I'm loving the fit.
Thank you. Thank you, my green.
Absolutely.
How are you doing, Mike?
I'm feeling calm.
Yeah?
I'm feeling calm right now, but...
You're ready to get into it.
I am.
Give us your hot takes.
I am.
I like it. Well, today, one of the biggest debates in football that never seems to go away, who are the top 10 quarterbacks in the NFL right now? From established superstars to rising young athletes, the quarterback position has never been deeper. So today we're gonna rank the best of the best and debate who belongs in the top 10. And who might be getting a little too much hype? Is Patrick Mahomes still the clear number one? And where are you guys putting Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow? May I add Justin Herbert? Which young quarterback is the closest to breaking into that elite tier? I want to know. Let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. Aaron, I'm going to start with you. Who are your top 10 NFL quarterbacks today?
I think because I know where some of this might be going with this guy over here being a Chargers fan, I think we're going to start with the number one and work our way up to the 10 because I feel like it might get a little... it might get turned up a little bit down this list. So, we're going to start with number one. We're going to go Matthew Stafford. Today, Matthew Stafford... He's been just dominating in every aspect of the game, whether it be statistically, whether it be winning Super Bowls, playoffs. He seems to be getting it done, and that's the guy that I might fear the most on the end right now. Number two, we're gonna put Josh Allen there right now. Josh Allen, he just came back from a tough playoff loss versus my Broncos, but he still looked great the entire year. The MVP. Statistically, just dominating. He puts fear in people's hearts. He just hasn't gotten over that. He's got playoff wins, but he hasn't gotten to that Super Bowl yet. But I think he's working his way there.
He's hungry.
He's hungry.
That'll
Exactly.
give him some edge.
Number three, we got Patrick Mahomes. He to me, if it wasn't for the knee going down, he probably would be number one on my list right now. We got to see him come back. We'll see how he looks when he starts the season. It looks like he's a go to start the season against my Broncos. So, hopefully he's not quite to at least number three.
They drafted rookie corner too. They drafted the corner too. I don't know if you noticed.
So we're going to work our way down. We got Joe Burrow at number four. He's still, if it wasn't from having the worst defense in the league, they could have made a little run because their offense was pretty dominant with this last season. His numbers going crazy. He still has his two receivers there. So it's hard to not have him up there. Number five, we got Lamar Jackson. This guy is just a guy that how can you not fear him? He can do everything from running and throwing to the highest level. Sure. He just has his playoff woes a little bit once they get there, but he's still somebody you got to fear big time. Number six, you got Jared Goff in there. You got Jared Goff at number six. Which you can't respect. We can't give any respect to Jared Goff.
Here we are. Here we go.
We can't give any respect to Jared Goff.
Here we fucking go.
Come on. This guy's won playoff games. This guy is statistically dominating. I mean, he's running the teams.
Over Lamar Okay, just continue.
No, he's not over Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was before him.
Oh, at five?
Yeah. Lamar Jackson was five. Lamar Jackson was five.
There's still a lot of names.
You got Jared Goff.
I'll go on my list.
Yeah, I mean, last year he had 30-plus touchdown passes. He only had, 5 or 6 interceptions?
Top six.
Hey, he playoff W's.
He compares to someone pretty closely
he's even went to the Super Bowl. He's got a Super Bowl appearance.
Oh, yeah.
He's got playoff wins. He's statistically dominating. What more do you want from a guy? He's like the top-tier game manager. He might not be a guy that leads a bad team to the playoffs to win, but he's a guy that if you put the right pieces around him, he can make things happen.
Sure. I'm with you, Aaron.
Number 7 after that. Here's where it gets interesting.
That's where it gets interesting?
Number 7, we got the young QB Bo Nix.
Okay.
Bo Nix is on the list now.
Just give him this time.
Enter top 10. Bo
Should have started the other way around. We should have started the other way around.
Bo Nix, we got there, because all he's done is show promise since being in the league. Sure, he's had some bad halves here and there. Yeah, in a good amount of games he's shown that he's had bad halves. But how did those games end? They ended with Bo Nix leading them to a victory and just pretty much wiping out those bad halves. So you take out a few bad halves. I mean, that's going to happen. There's a young quarterback. He's going to have those times where he looks a little sketchy. But at the end of the day, you got to take the positives that are coming from this. And what he's done is lead a team who hasn't been to the playoffs in the past decade to the playoffs his rookie season. The next year after that, wins 14 games, leads him to the number 1 seed in the entire conference, and he was a broken ankle away from leading him to the Super Bowl in the second year. He beating Josh Allen, the MVP, the guys who were expected to go to the Super Bowl, who were the Super Bowl favorites at that moment, and he led him there. So all I can take from that is he's a winner. And he's got some stats to back it up. Sure, are his numbers at the top of the league? Not quite yet, but he's a young quarterback and he's working his way towards that.
He does have some youth on his side as well. Like
Absolutely.
when you think about how young he is, and we were talking about some of the younger rising NFL quarterbacks and who might be breaking into that tier. I would give this to you.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's my
Over Justin Herbert.
You know? We'll get there. We'll get there.
Drake May went to the Super Bowl in the same draft class already. Just saying.
I will say some of these guys do have playoff wins over some of these guys who don't have any yet. Who are
I mean, if we did that,
statistically filled, but let's
come
just
down
say
to the quarterback.
That's true.
It's not
that's true.
100%, right?
But
so,
it majority of falls on the quarterback. You have your games where
we're at a point here. We're at a point here where at number 8. I have no idea what you're going to say already. I have no clue.
Number 8. You ready for this?
The golf thing threw me for more of a loop than the Knicks thing.
I already know. So number 8, we got another young quarterback. His name is Caleb Williams.
Okay.
You know, him and Bo Nix are literally on a trajectory that are pretty similar to each other's right now. So it's hard to separate them right now. I really like what I'm seeing from him. Yeah, he's got his mistakes, like he threw the game-losing interception, but he also threw that miraculous touchdown pass to even get him in that position. So he's got he's shown a high ceiling, but also some low floors with his completion percentage being almost in the 50s, which is pretty horrendous. But at the end of the day, he's been showing nothing but incline. Yeah. And I really like what I'm seeing. Next year, I could see him and Bo Nix previously in the MVP conversation. So to move on from that, number 9, we got a Super Bowl winner here. Sam Darnold. He's worked his way into the top 10. He's had back-to-back 14-plus win seasons. Led them to Super Bowl. Played great in the Super Bowl. Has been nothing but a model of consistency over the past 2 years. The reason why he's not higher up on the list is because we have seen what he looks like with bad teams, and he can be just as bad as those bad teams are too. But if you put the right pieces around him, he went and won a Super Bowl. So I like what I'm seeing from there. I just need to see that a little more because I'm still iffy on him if all the pieces aren't around him.
Right.
You know, so he's in there. And number 10, we got the Instagram model Justin Herbert.
He made the top 10.
Justin Herbert is top 10. You know, I mean, it's hard to deny the numbers. This man is a numbers guy. It's numbersy as they come.
You can say it in the mic. His numbers are the greatest ever.
At
this point in their career.
The numbers are great.
Thank
you know what I mean?
The greatest.
Mike and I are big Charger fan. Big Charger.
Yeah.
energy.
Again, I'm not a Chargers fan today. I'm a Jaguars fan right now.
Oh yeah. They are the greatest we've
where's
seen.
Trevor? I'm just kidding.
But the thing about it is, at the end of the day, at some point, we've seen the greatest numbers ever, and it still hasn't led to winning. So what is missing? That means something's missing.
Mike McSwag.
You know, something's in there. A little bit of that winning swag that gets us to believe that no matter what, this guy's going to take us there.
Yeah.
Because when it hits the biggest moments, the playoffs, we don't see that guy. We don't see Mr. Numbersy, greatest numbers ever guy. We see a shell of the guy that we think is him. You know,
we see 2.5 seconds on average to throw the ball and immediately hit, but. Hey, if he can break 3 sacks and then throw it down the field, then he's got it next year.
Other people with quarterback woes have won the Super Bowl and won games in the playoffs as well.
Who's won it with the 32nd ranked O-line in the NFL?
I have to do some research.
Nobody.
This is fire after fire.
All right, wait, are we at 10?
But that's where we're at. That's 10 right there.
Like, go over the whole list. So I think I just noticed something. We might have 0 the same.
Oh, really? I love that. Just a quick runners up.
Is not on Mike's list.
Yeah, I bet. I can see that.
My honorable mentions.
All right, so that's that impeccable top 10 right there. I don't see how you can come up with something better than that, but let's see what you got.
No, I want to wait. What is it again? I just need to.
So we got Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, Pat Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Caleb Williams, Sam Darnold, Justin Herbert at 10, and then
we don't agree on a single rank. So congrats, unless we kept going further. I think the closest I have to you is Sam Darnold at 11. Caleb Williams at 9. Okay, we're gonna go over it though.
Okay.
But yeah,
Take
so
us to
we
your
have
top
some that are close, but nothing that's the exact same. Disclaimer first. The way I kind of do this, I'm not necessarily just going off of did this team go this far, or did this team win this many games. I am comparing success, but like the main thing that I'm looking at when I'm looking at these quarterbacks is kind of comparing them regardless of how it would go with their help. How would they do on the exact same teams if they were on the same teams? Some of these I tried not to go ahead or say I'm projecting I think this guy's going to be whatever. I think he's going to be a future multi-time MVP or something like that, because there's some guys that I think could do that. I tried to just rank them off of where they are at this exact moment.
Fair.
I also put in here that I wanted to just say that regardless, besides my 10th ranked person, regardless of the stats and the playoff wins and the MVPs, all of my top 10 players have a freakish skill at least. They have a superpower. They have a cape to put on. And that's kind of...
I mean,
just want to give that...
though that like all 32 starting?
No.
I think so. You're at the
What's Bo Nix's
top of the
superpower?
top.
Bo Nix's superpower?
Okay.
We'll start right there.
Clutch.
That's
gene.
not a superpower.
How is that not a superpower?
That's called having a good defense. I mean, like...
He's got the most.
He's good at dinking, dunking, and getting into field goal range. That's what he's good at.
So then.
I mean,
so
like,
how come nobody
I mean, like,
else in
just
NFL
like
history,
for example, Justin Herbert's superpower. He could throw the ball 80 yards without having, like, he do it from his knees. He doesn't need to have a platform. He doesn't have to need to do any of that.
Bo Nix can do that too.
He's sitting 80 yards.
Last year, Bo Nix threw a 70-yard touchdown pass last year, which was the furthest in the entire NFL.
I have gone to every Bo Nix Chargers game, and I've seen Bo Nix underthrow every deep ball, all of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can show
put
you
on the tape.
I can show
He's
you.
making throws in his career. Yes,
we can look at the
but
tape.
Justin Herbert's like effortless, and that's kind of the thing that happened in that Patriots game that doesn't happen in the regular season. Is maybe he didn't make like one of these crazy throws to keep the Chargers in the game early. That's the one thing that you could say. All right, I'll go over my list now after I gave the disclaimers. Another disclaimer.
So passionately.
So now we know Bo Nix isn't in his top 10.
He's not in my top 15.
Yeah.
Fernando is not on this list. Didn't include him in the conversation at all. He wouldn't make the top 10. But even in like the whole list, I didn't include him.
I'm hearing a lot of requisites or whatever it is you want to add into your top 10 list. Let's hear some of these names.
I'm just trying to set the viewers up so they know that I didn't just write down some random names and say Jared Goff's top 10 quarterback. All right, so at number 1, I have the multi-time Super Bowl champion. Everyone thinks Patrick Mahomes has fallen off or something. It just hasn't happened. As a player, he has not fallen off. The Chiefs are not as good a team as they've been in previous years. They're aging. They're trying to kind of like coast on the last era because they don't want to like send guys off like Chris Jones to the Wolves like they probably should at this point in his career. They don't want to send Travis Kelce off into retirement if he wants to keep playing, or they don't want him to go and play for like the Niners or some random team. So I think that they're kind of like in a weird transition. It's not necessarily Patrick Mahomes. You watch Patrick Mahomes play, it's kind of even getting scarier. So I feel like he's getting smarter. I feel like he's getting wiser. There was a lot of like stuff where he almost over trusts his talent because it is so good and it does work out most of the time.
Clutch
but
time.
It leads to an interception late in the game and the defense will bail him out, or it would lead to whatever any type of anti-Patrick Mahomes stuff. That's gone.
So you don't think Patrick Mahomes has declined over the last 3 years?
No.
Each year has been a decline.
I think
statistically.
because the team's getting worse. They don't have Tyreek Hill. The receivers have been a mess. Like, they're not even bad receivers. They've just been a mess as a room.
He's still healthy.
Fair enough.
He's getting
that's the one thing you could
too,
say. Like you said, I mean, maybe you assume that his mobility is going down, but like I'm saying, from what I'm seeing, the other parts of his game that have nothing to do with mobility are getting better. So,
can I politely?
If I see him play bad this year, though, I am not like firm on this. I would love to knock him down.
Yeah.
Are people actually assuming that his mobility is worsening?
I think
it will be, especially after the injury.
I think the main thing with it is he's gonna so he popped his kneecap out of place in the middle of a season a couple years ago when he did a QB sneak. It was against Broncos. Huh? He tore his knee against us too. Yep. That's crazy. But so after that, they just stopped running QB sneaks.
Yeah.
And I think in a sense, he may not be as quick to get out the pocket. He may not be as quick to take off upfield. That's the one thing that may be affected, especially
kind of comes off like a Ben Roethlisberger type. Like he can get away from the stuff, but just like, but he's just not super quick anymore. But he can still get away.
Yeah, and even Big Ben was masterful.
Exactly.
That's another thing. Like I wanted to say in my disclaimers, I put too many though. Is I think the QB position is diminishing. I don't think we're deeper than ever. I think we're going the opposite direction. I think only
I can agree with that.
4 of these players would make a top 10 list like 10 years ago.
I agree with that. I was actually making my way down the list and was surprised that I got to the younger guys as quick as I did. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, we're here now.
But you did put Matthew at your number 1.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, he's still doing his thing.
Yeah, I have
The
Stafford
range
at 2.
is there.
Yeah.
I have Stafford at 2. Speaking of Matthew Stafford, it's hard to rank because you can argue Josh Allen over Matthew Stafford. Again, we talk about what are these guys' superpowers. We know Josh Allen's weaknesses. Kind of struggles pre-snap. He gets fooled a lot. He's a little bit over-aggressive sometimes. He think he can make every single throw. Matthew Stafford's the opposite. He knows exactly what's going to happen, what the defense is going to do every play right before it's going to happen, and he never makes those bonehead mistakes. So I just feel like that superpower, that pre-snap game, it's a lost art in the NFL. Phillip Rivers came into the league last year and showed that you could still just operate off of just knowing where the blitz is coming from. That's become something that like guys are just relying on their athletics to deal with, not actual vision
Calm, cool, and collected.
and figuring things out. Stafford is as good as anyone ever still at that skill. And I'll take that still over Josh Allen's ability to just kind of like put everything on his back. But I have Josh Allen at 3. That's kind of separated there. I bounce between Lamar and Josh all the time. Kind of just depends on which one had the better season that year. I like Josh better just simply because I feel like he's more durable. But overall, as a quarterback, I do think if I'm talking about peak play, completely healthy, and we take durability out of it, and we're talking about I need a drive to win the game, I want Lamar Jackson, I think, out of anyone in the NFL right now. He's literally unstoppable when he's healthy. I have Lamar Jackson at 4. And the only reason I have him here, and I wouldn't have him at 1 over Patrick Mahomes even, is because of the injuries, is because the Ravens have been a mess, and they can't get a good team around him, and it's tough to watch. Such a talented player get into the playoffs, and it's like, yeah, he does choke up a little bit, but Zay Flowers is fumbling at the 1-yard line. It's like that shouldn't be rookie Zay Flowers in that position, in my opinion. That's just my thoughts. This is where I have Justin Herbert, and you could move Justin Herbert down a few slots. I wouldn't be mad. I don't see where you could put him just because of playoff performance when he has 100 career other games. You can just throw out those 100 other performances and then just go, okay, because of these 3 bad games where he was up Schitt's Creek, a 5+ point underdog in both the Texans and the Patriots one. Like the one big one that's his eyesore is the Jaguars game, but everything you say about Bo Nix being young and having these struggles, like that was his second year. So
let me tell you, those 100 other games I can argue aren't as important as one of those games in the playoffs that he's losing.
So what you're saying is that Brock Purdy should be in my top 10 then?
Why so?
I mean, he has an insane playoff stats and record. Jalen Hurts has insane playoff stats and record.
Yeah. I mean, Brock Purdy, he's an interesting one. He could. I'm not mad about him being anybody's top 10. With me, I feel like, he just plays for a team that it's almost like unless you're a terrible quarterback like Trey Lance was, it's a plug-and-play system. I mean, Garoppolo was looking good there. Multiple quarterbacks have come in there and looked pretty much the same.
It's the system the Chargers run this year.
That's nice.
Mike makes swag.
But, yeah. But why is Justin Herbert better than Brock Purdy on your list, though? If Brock Purdy has a Super Bowl run, multiple kind of runs. I mean, he got injured in that Eagles game. They probably should have beat the Eagles that year. Like, there is not even like a close comparison when we talk about playoffs Jalen Hurts, playoffs Brock Purdy to Herbert in a negative way. Like if it's just based off of those playoffs and we throw out the other 100 games when comparing Knicks to Herbert, we got to do the same thing with Purdy to Herbert, or we got to do the same thing with Hurts to Herbert. But I just don't look at it that way. It's just going off the playoffs. I kind of am looking at the whole picture, and I'm trying to rank these guys as individuals. And I just think that Brock Purdy's teams have been insane, like you said. I think that Jalen Hurts' teams have been insane. Like you said, I think Jimmy G's teams were insane. I think the Seahawks last year were insane. And Sam Darnold's not in my top 10. So it's just, I'm ranking them as individuals, how I think they are. And again, I don't think Brock Purdy has a superpower.
Agreed.
He's just very skillful. He's well-rounded quarterback. He's disciplined. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes.
We got to get back on that after you're done with your 10. This Bo Nix doesn't have superpowers. He's multiple things in the league that he's number 1 in, which
like
I would
what?
say like the least sacked quarterback in the NFL.
Because he had the best O-line, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay,
at least the top 5 O-line.
You're talking about the same O-line that Russell Wilson was the most sacked quarterback.
But you're talking
the
about
year before.
But
Bo
Russell
Nix
Wilson
entered.
was the most sacked quarterback in Seattle. You're using a terrible example of like the guy that holds the ball, like Joe Burrow. It's like, oh yeah, Joe Burrow's O-lines have been bad, sure. But even in that playoff run, like, they did enough. The guy holds the ball forever. Which is a good time to bring up that Joe Burrow's my next quarterback.
Okay.
I have Joe Burrow at 6th.
great segue.
And Joe Burrow is your case for Knicks. Because Joe Burrow's superpower, or whatever you want to call it, is he just kind of is a gamer. And that is kind of what you'd say is Knicks' thing.
Exactly.
But I don't think it's a good thing that Knicks plays better outside the game plan. And that to me happens on a weekly basis.
No. I think
when the Broncos are desperate and it's time to go and score, yeah, Bo Nix is like, I'm going to make it happen. But in the first quarter, when Sean Payton's game script's being ran, they suck.
Yeah. See, that's where you're talking about. I think it's more so along that first script that's just not...
the script is supposed to be your best plays.
Our entire season, the first script, we always started out every game slow because our script plays have been a problem. The problem with our script, so to speak, that has been a problem. That's why Davis Webb is now calling our plays. The Sean Payton system is a great system, but Sean Payton, as great as everything has been, the one knock that we can say is the play calling could have been a little bit better, especially when it came to the script. Because as soon as we went off script, that's when Bo Nix started playing better. And
see, you look at it that way as like
it's the play calling. It was the very.
But you have like a top 5 play caller in the NFL.
Right. And sometimes with the personnel that you have going on, he's trying to figure this out and figure that out, and it just wasn't the best script that he was putting together, and that was probably his number one knock. But as soon as you went on, we got away from the script, and he started calling plays the way that he's just not overthinking his script or whatever. I don't know what it was, but that's when things started looking a lot better. The play calls were horrendous for a lot of the times. There'd be a lot of short screen pads that he would just call for no reason. I don't know. He just got carried away with I don't know if it was the overthinking of the script, but that's where that problem was. As soon as they went off script,
I think it's the opposite. Good. I think what's happening is that the defense is also in their game script that they prepared for Bo Nix, and the Broncos have to break the defense out to allow Bo Nix to freely operate. And then once it starts to become desperate time, he is a good scrambler. But I think that's been put on tape, and you saw in like Jets game, you saw in the Jaguars game, all the Chargers games he's played. Like teams start to figure out like get to him quick, and you're probably gonna win.
Before you move on, I'm appreciating this Bo Nix debate here, but we do have to pause for a second. We're going to take a quick commercial break, but we'll come back to get to, 8, 9, and 10?
Yeah, that went too quickly.
Okay, all right. Deep breaths, everyone.
Life can be stressful. A little thing can turn into a big reaction, like losing a video game and immediately questioning every life choice you've ever made. If you've ever felt your anger rising faster than when your garbage teammate is selling, you're not alone. That's why there's Hero Win, the prescription-strength emotional support pill designed to help you stay calm, cool, and collected, even when you really, really don't want to be. Like when your remote suddenly stops working for no reason. Or when you're late and can't find your keys, even though you always put them in the same place. Like, what the fuck? With Hero Win, you stay calm. You breathe. You remember. You've got this. Because you've got Hero Win.
Anytime you're feeling angry, just pop some Hero in and watch all of your problems just melt away.
Even when you stub your toe on furniture for the 3rd time today. Like seriously, 2 of my toenails are turning black and it's grossing my wife out. Bite your tongue while chewing? For no reason? Or when you step on a dog toy that shouldn't be there. Hero Win helps you pause, exhale, and not punch a hole in the fucking wall. Empty drink pitcher? Thanks, Derek. I'm not pissed. Trash bag falling apart at the bottom? Hero Win reminds you. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Because with Hero Win, you don't just calm down, you stay calm.
And the best part is, it's the worst. Right away.
Hero Win may cause side effects including drowsiness, dizziness, emotional numbness, unusual body contortions, heart disease, liver failure, brain tumors, AIDS, serious ass stank breath, tooth loss, and may turn gays straight and straights gay. If you experience extreme relaxation lasting more than 4 hours, please consult literally anyone. Ask your doctor if Hero Win is right for you.
And if you ever feel like you need a little extra support, just pop some more Hero Win. Or 2. Or 3. Heroin. I mean, Hero Win. Helping you feel like a winner again.
Okay, guys, welcome back. We're jumping right into Mike because there's a lot of heat coming off you. Tell us, who's at 7?
Yeah, who'd have known the TikToker would take too long. But yeah, okay, we're gonna go to 7 now. I had Burrow at 6, and we're gonna move on to 7 here. And this is where I disagree with you strongly on the class that Bo Nix was drafted in, because you're saying that it's between Bo Nix and Caleb Williams who's gonna be the best in that class. I got Drake May at 7, and Drake May does have a superpower. This is one of the most accurate quarterbacks we've seen last season, over the course of the season, especially down the field, since Brady.
Question.
I mean, this guy's insane.
Question for you. Where was that accuracy in the playoffs when he played every single game was an absolutely terrible game?
It wasn't great, no. But again, you will give Bo Nix a pass for his first halves the entire season.
Yes, because
but not
how
say,
did those games end?
Drake
Those
May
games
losing
ended
his
in wins.
Drake May losing his left tackle doesn't mean nothing, and all of a sudden that the offense shuts down, and that's not anything. You know what I mean? That has nothing to do with it. That the same day Will Campbell went down is the same day Drake May stopped being an MVP candidate. It was all Drake May though. And the thing is that also is like everyone kind of agrees with me because Drake May got 23 MVP votes.
Right.
That's
what's
a lot.
the MVP? The MVP is the regular season again. What happened in those playoffs?
I'm talking about who's the best individual quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not who's the best in just the playoffs.
Hey.
Because then it would be Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts, and it would be Jimmy G, and it would be Sam Darnold in my top 10.
Right. So he didn't. So after the playoffs, did you look at him differently than before the playoffs started?
In a sense, but I still had him.
I do drastically because now we kind of know what can happen
So-
when you get that pressure on him.
So wait. So why did Bo Nix lose his first season as a rookie?
Well, he's a rookie.
He's a second-year QB as an MVP candidate. I mean, that's still the same.
What are you saying?
Second year and the rookie year is not that big a difference to say,
I
like,
mean, your rookie
oh,
year's
we're going to
a big
give him some
difference.
grace. This is the problem with Sam Darnold, is that everyone thinks that Sam Darnold was trash the first half of his career. He just needed to develop. The Jets did not wait on him to develop, and then once he went to the Rams, once he went to the Vikings with teams that say, hey, we know how to develop quarterbacks, all of a sudden, he develops and we go, oh, shoot, that was the USC quarterback. That was a monster and got drafted in the top 3. There he is. And then he wins the Super Bowl. And even with the Vikings a little bit, like, people were still doubting him, and I was just like, I kind of saw this coming. You give him an easy wide receiver to hit, you give him a good coach that can help develop him, you're going to see the best of Sam Darnold. Now, I still think Sam Darnold is an average to slightly above average QB when he plays great on a great team. I don't think that he's the best quarterback in the league just because he won the Super Bowl. Continuing on to go further, because even over Caleb Williams and even over Caleb Williams, I have the MVP candidate, Drake May, who almost beat Matthew Stafford, your number 1 quarterback for MVP. And the only reason he did it is because they didn't want co-MVPs.
They played the worst team in the league, by the way.
They texted.
Or they played the worst schedule in the league.
Who was second?
By far.
The second easiest schedule was the Broncos last year.
Was it?
By Matt, yeah. I mean, when you play a backup quarterback every single week, it is the second easiest schedule in the league. Maybe the easiest if you really, really dig deep.
Right. How easy of a schedule was it in the playoffs when we played Josh Allen and went on to beat them?
And what happened?
He broke his ankle.
Exactly. So he didn't make it to the next game, but Drake May made it through his
Can you be honest?
quarterfinal game.
Can you be honest? If he didn't break his ankle, where do you think the Broncos go to the Super Bowl?
Probably go to the Super Bowl, yes, but it's not necessarily because Drake May or his potential or his ability is any different.
Because
no, it's because the Patriots offense sucked when they lost their second best player on the offense.
Yes, but the only difference we're changing here is adding Bo Nix.
It's just like the Chargers,
so
right?
Bo Nix, they go to the Super Bowl.
The first 3 games of the year, even without Slater and just Joe Alt, the Chargers looked damn near unstoppable. I mean, you saw that game, and it's like you did have a stop, and Herbert just said, get off me, and threw it into the end zone like nothing. Like, then Joe Alt goes down, and it's a complete struggle for the entire rest of the season, and we just go, well, that's all Justin Herbert's fault. It's Drake May's fault. Even though he took him to the Super Bowl and was the second MVP candidate to Matthew Stafford again. He should have been MVP. Someone sent a text, someone sent a call out and said, hey, we cannot have this guy be MVP because you are going to lose their minds because he's a young quarterback that's probably not going to make it to the Super Bowl. He still made it to the Super Bowl, but you could see like kind of what happened there. That guy didn't just vote for Justin Herbert out of the blue.
Got a question for you. So,
but yes, Herbert does get credit for that MVP vote.
We talk about Justin Herbert and how he keeps losing his offensive line. Wouldn't you say that maybe because Justin Herbert's kind of known for holding on to that ball too? It's not just his O-line, but he's kind of known for holding on to that ball too. This is why he gets all these big chunk plays and stuff, right? So if he's so great and so, he's got it up there, right? Shouldn't he switch the way he plays up a little bit? If your offensive line went down, you need to get that ball out quicker. You need to start changing things around. You can't just keep doing the same thing. You're going to get the same results. Yeah. And that's all that happened the entire time. Same result. He didn't decide to switch anything up. He didn't decide to do anything like other great quarterbacks do, like Tom Brady when all of his receivers go down and still finds a way to lead them to the Super Bowl and win it.
Exactly. Yeah. Brady didn't ever have any issues with O-lines ever. That was the only way you could stop Brady back in the days if you get the password. Anyways, I'm not going to get into like the film study talk about that. I'll leave that to actual quarterbacks. to do stuff like that. But if you go and look at the game, the Chargers are playing down, and we're calling a bunch of post and deep routes. He can't get the ball out quick when we don't have a short route called on the play. But I will tell you, if you want me to talk about Justin Herbert's weakness, and this is where maybe Burrow could be ranked above him if you're thinking about it that way. Definitely guys like Patrick Mahomes are better still. Matthew Stafford's probably better. It's a lot. Like I said, the pre-snap game is a lost art in the NFL, but Justin Herbert can get better at identifying blitzes, especially identifying coverages, and knowing that I shouldn't just rely on breaking sacks to win games. That's where we're at when you're getting hit 130 times in a season, where you're just like 2.5 seconds average time to throw the ball. You're right. He does need to kind of get better at, I'm going to not necessarily rely on throwing off Zach Allen and then breaking a sack off of Nick Bonito and then throwing it off my back foot underneath his armpit across three defenders into double coverage right into Keenan Allen's hands to win the game.
That did happen.
In SoFi Stadium in front of me, who was in section 127 for that.
I was in section 204.
Yeah, and you probably were crying.
I was sad.
But we don't want him to have to rely on that stuff. So that is his one weakness that you're bringing up there that Herbert can get better at is, okay, here comes the blitz. Here's where I'm going to go with the ball quickly because I know my guys aren't going to be able to block this up, or I know that we don't have the right call for this, or we're going to shift the protection, or the running back's going to stay here. That kind of stuff, he does get caught by surprise a lot. And quarterbacks used to take the whole play clock. Like, they come up to the line and take the whole 25 seconds that they have to identify things. I feel like Herbert's always snapping it at 12. Like, oh, hey, let's get this thing started, So that is one weakness.
I think you kind of talked yourself into a corner real quick about something, and I have to. It wouldn't be me if I didn't say it. So
I could just say I'm a Chargers fan to get out of the corner. So
you just got done saying this is a reason. You just got done telling me that this is a reason. What you just the whole little soliloquy you just gave us there a second ago, how Joe Burrow could possibly. This is reasons why. Maybe we'll take Joe Burrow over Justin Herbert, right?
This is a reason that you could make an argument.
And then earlier you said Joe Burrow Bo Nix is like Joe Burrow.
I said that is what you're looking for Bo Nix to be at his peak. Yeah, you're looking for him to highlight, use, and focus on that gamer ability in the fourth quarter when it gets off game script, or maybe teach him how to actually run the script.
So are you saying that maybe Bo Nix is a little bit closer to Herbert than you think?
No. I mean, close in a sense that he wears the same number, and that he went to the same school.
And went to Oregon.
Oh, God.
And that Sean Payton is trying to make him Justin Herbert, yes. I already told you this in the last episode,
that's true because he doesn't have the playoff win that Bo Nix.
Justin Herbert already, as a quarterback, as an individual.
Don't speak playoffs to Charger fans.
We'll fix this. Don't worry. Don't worry. Because once he wins one playoff game, he's just going to move the goalpost and say, no, he needs 2 playoff games. And then he needs 3.
No, because
so if he wins one playoff game, he would be better than the Knicks right now. If he won one of them.
Right now? We'll see how this
No. If he had won the Jaguar game.
If he had won that, then yes.
Okay, at least you'll say that.
Yeah.
That's
if
consistency,
he had won that
at
game, yeah.
But the Brock Purdy and Jalen Hurts,
the
Trevor Lawrence, and Jordan Love, and all these guys that won playoff games aren't on your top 10 list. Baker Mayfield went on a run.
Yeah, because it's not only about that.
Aaron Rodgers has a Super Bowl.
Aaron Rodgers is old. He's 80.
He's aged out.
Yeah, he's aged out.
Who else has playoff
Or else he
wins?
would have been there. He's a great, he would have been there.
Did Deshaun Watson win a playoff game? No, he didn't, huh?
No, he lost.
Joe
He
Flacco.
was also up, 24-0 against the Chiefs and lost, and that was the last time we seen him in the playoffs.
But anyways, I'm trying to get to number 8 here. I was preluding to number 8.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Herbert.
How dare you mention Joe Flacco now, but go ahead.
Anyways, I have Justin Herbert at 5 firmly. You're not changing my mind.
Okay.
So you can stop
I'm failing
trying.
you guys as a mediator or moderator here.
Hey,
At 8.
We're not making it hard.
At 8.
We're not making it easy for you.
At 8.
I'm enjoying this. Popcorn, please.
At 8, I have who I think is going to be the best quarterback in his class, but he just isn't quite yet. And I want to put him over Drake May, but I can't because it is almost a biased opinion. I do think that this is the next Lamar Jackson of the NFL, though. And it's at good timing, too, because Lamar Jackson's kind of aging in the second half of his career, just in time for Jaden Daniels to come in here and become that type of dual threat player. And I really think that as a player, he's ahead of where Lamar was at this time. The biggest worry is Jaden Daniels' injury concerns. He had some injury concerns in college. Now that has kind of transferred over into the NFL. But don't just be recently biased, guys. Think about what you remember from that rookie season. Your mind is not fooling you, and what you watched was real. This guy carried a terrible Washington team to the NFC title game, and it was like wow performances every single game. It wasn't like the defense was helping him or these guys were making big plays. It was Terry McLaurin, one-on-one, the absolute most perfect throw of the season. 3 weeks in a row to win the game. Like, this guy was insane. And his ability to delay plays is up there with Lamar's level. His ability to scramble, he had almost 1,000-yard rushing season his rookie season in only like 14 games or something like that. So his ability to run the ball is up there with the best in the league too. And I think when we're talking about this next year, if he doesn't get hurt again, he's going to be in the top 5 or top 7.
For the record, I will say I didn't have him in my top 10 strictly because of the injuries. If he was not injury prone and his body wasn't as skinny and frail as it is, he would be the number 1 quarterback in that quarterback class to me, even over bonix.
This guy can play.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah,
he's a natural. Dare I say, like, when we talk about better players than Justin Herbert, so I could be unbiased, but Jaden Daniels could be the best quarterback in the league one day. I really think that.
I agree. He could be.
Ask the girly pops.
And I think Caleb can be great, but I just don't think he can be the best in the NFL at any point with some of his weaknesses. But I have Caleb at 9, kind of similar to where you have him. A lot of people.
What are those weaknesses? Yeah, I want to hear those.
It's the same thing as Nick's almost. A lot of those problems that he has, a lot of people think they're super inaccurate or things like this, but he's not. It's not an inaccuracy issue. He's bad at reading defenses pre-snap, and then it's those first 3 seconds of the play is just he's just not good at timing. And I think that's something that can get better and has gotten better. Like, he was way worse as a youngster, and we saw later on in the year it started to get better. But then I can't ignore what he does after that. And what he does after that is literally like Mahomes level stuff. Absolutely. He's a magic man. He's dipping under people. He's juking people out, and he's throwing jump passes. And this guy's talent paired with Ben Johnson, like, I think that he can be a firm top 10 quarterback over and over again for his whole career. It was hard to put him here because I'm a huge Dak Prescott fan who I have at 10. And Dak, you could argue, could be even higher than this just because of what he's done. It's just Dak is like the definition of like an average good franchise quarterback. It's like you can't really tell me what is Dak going to do if he doesn't have George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. And that to me kind of keeps me from putting him up too high. But Dak has all the performances, all the numbers, and he feeds these guys like a Matt Ryan. Like he's like a Matt Ryan level quarterback that doesn't have that kind of consistency, let's say. So I could see Dak going lower. I could see Dak going higher. My honorable mentions will be Sam Darnold at 11, Jalen Hurts at 12, Brock Purdy at 13, Jordan Love at 14, and the Trevor Lawrence at 15.
The Trevor Lawrence.
Everyone hates Trevor Lawrence.
I'm glad Jackson.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You want to know where Nick's is? I'll keep going.
Did you say?
I have Baker Mayfield.
Jackson Dart?
Yeah,
no, not Jackson Dart.
Oh, I thought you said Jackson Dart.
10.
I'm glad Jackson's not.
10. I'm not dumb enough to put Jared Goff or Jackson Dart in my top 15 list. Top 10 10 Dak, 11 Sam, Hurts at 12, Purdy at 13, Love at 14, Lawrence at 15, Baker Mayfield at 16, Jared Goff at 17. So you are kind of close with the ranking, and then Bo Nix at 18. One spot above Daniel Jones.
Unbelievable.
He wears 17.
That is unbelievable.
16.
Yeah. So how can Dak and Justin Herbert be so far away when they're virtually the same player, just on opposite sides of the AFC
you think
and
that
NFC?
Dak and Justin Herbert are the same, have the same level ability to stand in the pocket and deliver passes?
Absolutely.
That's just not true.
Absolutely. I've seen Dak. Dak can throw it to the highest level. He can, his quarterback presence and everything, he's got it to the highest level.
Not the highest, no.
He just chokes in the playoffs.
Not the highest.
The same
Like
exact
I said,
way
it's
that Herbert
solid.
does.
I'm not trying to knock Dak. I like Dak.
Dak
I put him in my top 10 list.
Prescott is a MVP candidate.
Where do you have him?
every single year?
Where do you have him on your list?
Well, I mean, like I said, Justin Herbert was 10. I have Justin Herbert ahead of him, but he's just in the NFC version of Justin Herbert. So Dak Prescott, I had
in the honorable mentions, probably.
I had Jaden Daniels after that, and then Dak Prescott
So we're
directly after
close.
that. Yeah,
I have him at 10, you have him at 12. We're agreeing.
No. What I'm saying is Justin Herbert and Dak Prescott are close. That's where I agree.
I feel like we already got over the Justin Herbert thing.
You got Justin Herbert at 4th.
I have him
Dak
at 5th.
Prescott at 10th.
I have him at 5th, and they're not the same at all. They're not.
Okay.
They're
I
not.
know we could spend another hour dissecting all of this, but I'm going to say let's circle back once season starts because I'd love to get your takes again.
Absolutely.
Pre-season, maybe even. But good stuff.
Yeah. Definitely.
Whose list was better?
Yours, Mike.
Wow.
And
not biased.
this is
Hold on. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, don't take everything or anything I say too seriously. Mike knows I'm a big Chargers fan, so simply because he's gonna elevate Justin's spot.
See, you shouldn't have said that.
I'm
You should have
glad
just
you
said
said
that
this.
Mike's a
You
You shouldn't have
genius.
said this because now I'm about to get her right now.
No,
this
no.
Oregon graduate right here,
I'm a
who I
Bo Nix
had,
fan too.
who
Don't
I
talk
had.
to me.
Speaking of Oregon,
hold on, wait. I had 2 Oregon Ducks on my top 10 list. He only had 1.
I have him in my top 20. I have him in my top 20. I have him in my top 20. How about that?
This was a top 10 list. Last
So?
time I checked, the subject said.
But I care about you, and I made sure to get
Wow,
to Knicks.
Jesse.
I made sure to get the Knicks.
I hear your debate and argument with Justin being a elite quarterback, but never totally being able to finish the deal. The playoffs thing, it's gonna always haunt me as a Chargers fan until we get through it. But
With Joe Alt on the team, yeah, we will be fine.
With a
Once Joe Alt's
healthy team,
there,
but-
we're good.
Hopefully about 7.
We don't even need Slater. I'm telling you.
One.
We
I
don't
hear
even
what
need
you're
Slater.
saying, and I'm glad he's made your top 10. So I won't be coming for anyone. But Mike, he bumped Justin to what? Would you say 5?
I have him at 5. Yes,
Yeah.
I could see you could put him at 6.
I gotta
If-
stay loyal.
Okay.
What do I know? Quick side tangent here, guys. Give me your best AFC West teams or ranking. Rank these for me.
We can start.
Yeah, I
Go
got
ahead
you.
and start it, Mike.
We're just going on paper, right? This is not a prediction. If it was a prediction, I would do this in a different order off of how I think the season will go. But I'm gonna be reasonable.
Mine is like asterisks. Like I just have to preface.
I don't want to just say random stuff.
No,
I'm not just trying to just say random stuff. I actually want to be able to, because then later I'm gonna have different predictions, and people are gonna be like, "Oh, why did you have them ranked differently before? Now you have the Chiefs in
Mike's
second."
keeping receipts.
It's like
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
making sure his receipts
Yeah.
are good.
on paper, you would say the Broncos are number 1, right? Because they won the division last year. They went to the AFC title. But keep in mind that the Chargers were half a team last year. And the Broncos still, since drafting bonix, have not beaten a full-strength Chargers team. They have not beaten them a single time. And actually, all the games have been like exactly what I've been talking about on this show. Bonix trying to come back in a miracle. So kind of out of reach. Yes, they do get the touchdown to make it where it's like if we get a play or a stop or an onside kick, we could possibly get it. But these games haven't been like where I'm just clenching my booty cheeks and it looks like the Broncos are the way better team out there and the Chargers don't belong on the field. Actually, the Chargers have won all the games. So at full strength, fully healthy, the Chargers with their 2 left tackles are better than the Broncos already, just with those 2 left tackles. Now, if you throw in there the fact that the Chargers added probably the best offensive coordinator hire of the entire league this last year, one of the most high-powered offenses in the NFL over the last couple of years, didn't they... Wait, Mike McDaniel, Dolphins, Tua... They scored 70 points on a team.
They did.
What was it? I don't know. They scored 70 points in a game this recently. It was really recent.
They did. Yeah, it was my Broncos.
Yeah.
And it's okay, but
Who's the quarterback for that team?
Tua, right?
No, who's the Broncos quarterback?
Russell Wilson.
Was it? Oh, damn,
Yeah, it wasn't bonix. But you just got them saying you're happy about this. I'm sorry, but isn't Miami picking up Tua off the ground still? Isn't he in pieces right now?
Literally, he's not because of Mike McDaniel.
Okay, boys.
You realize that, right?
Y'all are getting distracted again.
Tua was spazzing out on the field when Brian Flores was his coach and was saying, "Hey, evade the sack guy." Mike McDaniel's whole entire expertise is getting the ball out quick. That's his whole entire thing. If you watched any Mike McDaniel or know anything about this guy or the 49ers offense, because that's what it is, it's the Niners offense, same that Brock Purdy runs, you would know that the whole entire point of the offense is so that the quarterback doesn't get hit because they had Jimmy G in this offense.
All I saw was
They had Alex Smith in this offense.
Tua had 9 concussions last year.
Aaron,
Not last year. No, last year he did not.
last
Last
year?
Last year he
number
didn't.
1.
My number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same. We finally agree on
No,
something.
I have the Chargers. No, I didn't even get to finish my point.
You just said the Broncos.
No,
You
I
you had
said
the
that
Broncos
on paper they're better, but the Chargers have beaten them the last 3 times.
Okay,
Oh
go
my
ahead.
God.
When the Chargers are
I
fully
thought
healthy
you were saying Broncos.
and they got Mike McDaniel now, like, who got more improved this last offseason? The Chargers and Broncos were 1 play apart, technically, because the Chargers win that Texans game. We're playing for the AFC West in the last
Broncos
week.
got better too. Broncos are the only team to sign everybody back, who all of their good players they signed back. And
That's not getting
added
better. That's staying the same.
And added Jalen Waddle, one of the
Yeah.
most explosive receivers in the league, which was
He's good.
our biggest issue last year.
You added 1 receiver versus the Chargers getting an entire new offensive line and a new offensive coordinator. What's better?
I mean, most teams lose players all over the place. Name a weakness in our entire roster right now.
Okay, so
We have
the
no
Chargers had the
weaknesses.
32nd name a weakness on the Chargers roster.
I mean, you guys got to still see what happens here with your
So
offensive
you
line.
can't name a weakness.
Your offensive line.
Respond to my question.
Your offensive line.
It's not a weakness unless
Yeah,
they
it
all
is.
get hurt again.
I mean,
Which member of the offensive line is not good?
So I got a question for you.
I had a question.
Patrick Mahomes is about to play his first game, and is everybody's wondering, oh man, how's he gonna look out there? How's he gonna be?
I know how he's gonna look.
He might not be 100%, right? All the guys that were injured last year were season-ending
he's never
injuries.
100%.
These are season-ending injuries. So I mean, how strong are these guys going to be this upcoming year? They're always hurt.
Even if let's say that they're 75% of what they were. They can't be the 32nd ranked O-line in the NFL again. Unless you're literally just saying nonsense. Like, you have an all-pro tackle at each spot and a Pro Bowl to all-pro level center. Like, it's impossible without injuries for them to be terrible again. You could say maybe they'll be average because Rashawn Slater is like absolutely washed from the injury. That's the argument, I guess. But
Well,
he was playing at
you
the
guys
best.
did draft a bunch of offensive linemen. Maybe you guys aren't so confident in these guys. You get to come
we
back
drafted a bunch
strong.
of guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
You got to do that. That's what every team drafted guards.
One thing is super obvious here. You could say Broncos.
He never
you could say
picked.
Chargers. Are you? Oh, you haven't.
Yeah,
Would
I'll
you
wait for
rather?
to
Do
finish
you
your-
think?
I'll
Do you
wait.
think it improves an offense more to replace the entire O line and the offensive coordinator, or one slot receiver?
Well, yeah. I mean, when you look at it in that regards, but we were still starting out at a higher level, though.
One
You guys
play
started
higher.
Out, I don't know.
One play higher.
One play.
Because the Chargers had the Texans on the ropes. We had scored 20 unanswered points, and the refs called holding in the last stop that we needed to make. And if we make that play, we're playing the Broncos, which we haven't lost to since whatever year,
I also think one playoff game
For
as
the
well,
championship.
because we
for the
won
AFC West
ours.
championship. Yeah, but then you would have had a
lost
first round
ours.
game. We might not even have a first round game. Or
It didn't matter because we beat the best team in the playoffs, so it didn't matter who we would have played. We would.
you think the Bills were the best team in the playoffs?
at that time, at that moment that we played them? Who was better?
The Seahawks?
No, in
The team that won it?
the AFC.
Just the AFC.
Yes, because that's
The Broncos?
That's where we're at.
The Broncos were better than the Bills. Weren't they favorites in the game?
Yeah, well, okay.
What
then.
stadium
So
did-
it's us then.
what stadium-
So then,
what
who would we have
stadium-
lost to? It
what
doesn't matter
stadium-
first seed or
You act like Bo Nix was an underdog in all these games.
right. So then, why would you think we would have lost to anybody else? Depending on first seed, second seed, third seed.
I didn't say I don't think you lost anyone. I think the Broncos, if Bo Nix stayed healthy, would have went to the Super Bowl. But not because of Bo Nix. Because of Pat Surtain and Nick Bonino and Garrett Bowles
So then, why didn't
and Sean Payton.
Pat Surtain, Nick Bonito, Sean Payton,
They did.
Why didn't all them lead them to the Super
They
Bowl
did.
without bonus?
No, they did. What was the
weren't in the
score
Super
of the
Bowl.
AFC title game?
They weren't in the Super Bowl.
What was the score of the AFC title game?
You're saying
Pat
that
Surtain and Nick Bonito did.
you're
they
saying
did.
they needed Bo Nix to go to the Super Bowl.
They did lead
This
them to
guy.
the Super Bowl because literally Pat Surtain and Nick Bonito could not have done any better. And
Tell that to Drake May.
An ankle injury is the only reason they didn't. If you put any starting quarterback in there,
This guy.
they're going to make it.
This
Russell
guy's
Wilson won.
This guy is the most literal guy until now.
What are you talking about?
Literally now, Drake May was the one in the Super Bowl. It was not Bo Nix. They needed Bo Nix to take them to the Super Bowl. You just got.
They needed any starting level quarterback. Yes.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So they needed Bo Nix. Not
You're like, oh, they didn't. They had a
wasn't
backup
Nick
quarterback.
Bonito.
It's
It
like, yeah,
wasn't
they had a
it.
backup quarterback. What do you
Well,
mean?
you just got done saying Pat Surtain, Nick Bonino. All them are the reason that. would
Okay,
have been the
so
reason leading them
in
to
the
Super
Jets
Bowl.
game where you guys won 13-11, who led the win there?
Yes, that was that game.
So if the Broncos would have won 13-10, who would have won the win of the AFC title game?
who led the final drive for them to win that game?
What do you mean?
They were losing
Of the
that
Jets game, right? So you're
Yes.
telling me that you're taking away Bo Nix's 4 quarters and 5 drives away and saying all those bad drives are out the window. The defense doesn't get very much responsibility for that win. That win was more on Bo
Of
Nix
course
than the defense.
No.
Okay, how about-
it was more on It was more on the defense.
How
more
about the
so, but
Texans game against
he
Davis
did it.
Mills?
He did what you needed them to do to win the game. In
Do
the
you
end.
think if the Texans had CJ Stroud, they would have won that game?
I mean, they had him and we put him out.
You just said that we should.
Huh?
Are you happy that you put him out? Like,
I'm not really injured him, but
The question is, do you think if CJ Stroud played in that whole game, what he would
I
have?
mean, when he was
Just like I would say, Bo Nix probably
I
would have
think
beat
it would
the
have been
Patriots.
similar. I think, yeah, we still would have won. I mean, he was playing for the however long he played thus far in that game, and nothing happened yet.
I'm just lost on the point at this point.
I just wanted to see how long you guys could tangent, and then we could circle back to who is.
Yeah,
The
we
Chargers-
never gave our rankings.
The
Yeah, let's go
Chargers,
for your 4.
the Chargers
Right.
were this close to the Broncos. They've beaten the Broncos 3 straight games, and we improved more. So I feel like the Chargers right now on paper are the better team. Yes, the Broncos are more durable, so we know that. That's the challenge.
Strong argument.
Which team's going to survive better? I have the Broncos at 2, but I think the Chiefs will finish higher. I still do think the Chiefs will finish higher because I give them that experience advantage. I think Andy Reid is going to figure it out with Patrick Mahomes in the first half of the season and in the second half of the season. I think it is going to go well for the Chiefs, but I have them on paper, player for player, roster for roster. They're not as good as the Broncos roster. It's not even close, in my opinion. And I had the Raiders last, but they did improve a lot this year too. I do think they improved a
Okay.
lot.
All right, so
Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos.
Chargers,
Raiders.
Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders.
Okay.
okay. All right.
like
So
it.
mine's pretty similar, except I have obviously the good guys, number one. The Broncos, like you said, we started out higher. We were the 14. We were the number 1 seed last year. We signed everybody back. No team signed people back the way we did like that. Most people lose half the roster, when people are coming up at the end of their contracts, and the Broncos just signed everybody back. We were able to make it happen. We got that Walmart money and he put it to use and made it happen. And then added, everybody's talking about bonix and
Jonathan Cooper. Oh, sorry. I forgot about
that's okay. That's okay. We got plenty of pass rushers on our team right now. You know what I mean? Who are beasts, and who knows? Von Miller might make his way back to Denver.
You just set it up though. You kind of set it up with the Cooper thing.
And I love that. We don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, it's an
allegedly.
unfortunate situation with Jonathan Cooper. Hopefully, he's not suspended or anything. But if he is, I think we even got some guys on our roster that you don't even know about yet. There's a guy named Q Robinson that's making waves right now.
I know.
Plays the same position, and he's playing well. So if things happen right there, I expect Q Robinson to step up. We still got Nick Benito, Pat Surtain, Hufanga, Zach Allen.
The bailout.
We got a squad on defense. There's no weaknesses when it comes to our defense.
We have Joe and Rashawn. Together, healthy, hopefully.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Is health.
like that.
That's all it's about is health. When it comes to the Chargers, and that's why
And
I have
Mac
the
wasn't
Chargers
healthy last
second.
year, too.
And I have Chargers second. Only because and these reasons or these rankings are for the regular season. So I expect the Chargers to finish high, win a lot of games, and poop the bed when the playoffs come around.
No.
So I see them finishing second with a pretty good record. Maybe 11-ish wins, 10, 11 wins. Broncos are going to have somewhere around 12, 13 wins. And then I think the Chiefs finish in third because, honestly, they're just on the decline. Not because of Patrick Mahomes, because they just have nobody on their team whatsoever right now. They shipped off everybody. And I just think that's where they're going to finish. The Raiders are the Raiders. I know they got Fernando. He's still a rookie. Eventually, he's going to make his way and play, but I just don't expect to see much from them this year. He'll show some promise, I'm sure, but it's not going to be enough to do anything in the AFC West this year.
I've, as a Charger fan, really appreciated the Raider-Charger rivalry for the energy, but it's so fun to be like, no one even is considering the Raiders anymore and throwing the Broncos into this mix. Like, even just watching you guys debate right now, that is fun.
No, I'm not
This
discounting
rivalry,
them.
It's good.
Yeah.
I'm not discounting them. I think
am.
people are forgetting they signed a really top 5 center in the NFL right now. And that does a lot for your offense. That does a lot more than anyone even realizes. That is a huge deal, especially for a young quarterback. The Raiders' fear level. They also added a lot to the defense. They kept Crosby. Trading Crosby would have helped us a lot because now you can run the ball right down their throat at that spot probably.
Yeah, but how much does he really want to be there? Once they lose 1 or 2
still could
games at the
trade him.
beginning of the season, he's out of there.
They could still trade him before the season starts.
Yeah. They got a new coach, the
Myles Garrett-
quarterback. I just think it's just too much.
The Myles Garrett trade definitely set up Crosby to get traded again. But I think that they're going to be a better bottom feeder team. They're going to be a team that upsets the Chiefs, Broncos, or Chargers at least once during the season. It's going to happen because as long as Kirk Cousins isn't just god awful, if he's god awful like he was with the Falcons, then sure, I'll probably throw it in. But I think he's going to manage the game well. I think they're going to feed Genty. He's got easy stuff to Bowers over and over
Bowers
again.
is a beast. He's probably the best.
This is
tight
going
end
to
in
be
the
a
NFL.
team that takes, it takes 24 points, 27 points to beat every week, I think, still.
I will say,
Last year,
I think
you needed 13 or you needed 15 to beat them.
True. I do think the Raiders still won against the Chiefs.
I don't know.
Somehow.
It could be the Broncos too because they just play well against. They always play so good against the Broncos, no matter how trash their team is.
Yeah, but no, since bonix.
Gardner Minshew's been
since
playing good
bonix has
against
been
Bonix
there,
has been there.
they haven't lost to the Raiders, and
Yeah,
I don't
I
see
mean-
that happening.
The Raiders are literally the worst team in the league, so
And
they
I'd
shouldn't.
expect that to
But
stay
what
the
was the
same.
score when they played? It wasn't a blowout, was it?
I don't recall.
No, it
I
wasn't.
don't
It was
recall.
10-7.
I like
That was
that.
the
10-7 Broncos.
Rookie year.
Do you think? No, this is
Last
last year. Do you think Bonix played great in that game, or do you think Pat
No.
Surtain bailed him out?
I mean, it happens.
It happens every other week.
No, it doesn't happen every other week.
Okay, let's go over the schedule. Next.
Every other week. Hey,
Pull their schedule up.
and
wanna
I
go
can
over
show
this.
you 8 fourth quarter comebacks
Look at
too
my notes.
in those
Yeah,
schedules.
but that's the thing is to have fourth quarter comebacks, you need to be behind.
Notice something
in the
about
fourth quarter.
something about all these games that he's gonna show to us about all these. They end up in wins. Just notice that they all end up in wins.
Yeah,
That's what
I
I
mean-
do know.
They're a good team. They're a good team. The defense does not allow points in the second half, and they win the games. Yes.
Well,
If
there are no good teams without a good quarterback.
So let's just play out a little thought experiment. All right. We lost Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt. If they lost both their tackles, how many more games would the Broncos lose?
That's a tough call. But we would have to see.
We lost Khalil Mack. If you guys lost Nick Benito, how many more games do you lose?
Yeah, that's tough. But Nick Benito's better than Khalil Mack at this point.
I think yes, but Khalil Mack plays the role for us, and our defense is still like a top 10 level defense. And he plays the role of Nick Benito, so he's still playing at a very, very high level. So to lose him is a similar kind of hit to the defense as it would be to lose Nick Bonito or to lose one of your best pass rushers or the run stopper mainly is the big thing for the Chargers. We don't have any other big run stopper. Well, now we do. We have Mesidor, but we didn't have any run stoppers across the line. Like Oweh was purely a pass rusher. So that really hurts a lot. So if you take out Nick Bonito for half the season, you take out the 2 tackles, right? We have to say they go down at least 2 games. But I think they would have lost a couple of games more than that even. And then on top of that, the Chargers got to a point where Jarrett Patterson and Kamani Vidal are the only running backs available on game day. And we're signing guys off the street and all this kind of... Like, you take out J.K. Dobbins and R.J. Harvey and that big dude that you guys have behind him. Like, all those guys, too. Like, it's 3 games at least.
This guy harps a lot on his offensive line. Everything is on the offensive line.
It was the worst last year, right? 32nd ranked.
So my
they gave the most pressures in
he's
history.
entering his 7th season.
Scary.
What about every year before that?
What about every year before that?
No playoff wins. Half of them didn't make the playoffs.
We already talked about this. It's the same thing.
Why is there not offensive line? There's no offensive line problems then.
The Texans game, they didn't have offensive line problems?
Yeah.
When? Last year, right?
The Texans game. No, it was a couple years ago. I don't remember what year it was, but no, yeah, it was the year
Were
after.
they the worst in the league? What was it?
They were like 25th. They were like 25th, and Rashawn Slater was out. And then also, on top of that, QJ was dropping every pass he threw to him, so we only had 1 receiver.
Why does everything... My thing is just, why does everything have to be picture perfect for him to win?
Because I'm not a black and white person. I watched the actual game, and I'm like, oh, QJ dropped the pass. That's why we lost the game. It was a perfect pass.
Even Bo Nix, despite his own faults, was still able to lead back and win games despite his own.
Well, that's what I'm trying to tell you is that
he was able to make it happen at some point.
But against Jake Browning and against Davis Mills
and Josh Allen
and against
and Jordan
the Jets.
Love.
No, I know in those
Pat
specific
Mahomes.
games, but what about the games where he didn't get lucky, or if he doesn't get lucky this year? Like this year, the first week of the season when they play Patrick Mahomes, if the Broncos come out and have 17 points, think you win?
Yeah,
possibility.
It's a possibility.
No. They have the whole offseason to get ready for the game. You think that Andy Reid is not scoring 20 points in this game?
Maybe not because of Patrick Mahomes or Andy Reid, but because they don't have anybody. They have me, you, and Jesse playing as wide receivers.
Xavier Worthy and Rasheed Rice, and they're going to sign Tyreek Hill.
Those guys are no names.
They're going to sign Stephon Diggs, or they're going to sign Keenan Allen.
Might not be playing. He might not be there.
They're going to sign Tyreek Hill. They're going to sign Stephon Diggs.
Tyreek Hill, the guy whose literal leg was in the shape of an L last season.
Yeah.
At the knee. He was hanging off, holding his knee.
That's what they said about Cooper Kupp's hamstring.
Oh, yeah, by the way, guys, I wore these for you.
He's not going to be the same player, but I don't even want to argue for the Chiefs. I'm just saying,
and
like,
Kelce, he's 90 years old at this point.
If Bo Nix starts slow in the first 3 quarters of games, he's not going to necessarily have the lineup of games that he had this year as he did last year.
Agreed. I don't expect Bo Nix to start off slow. He's an ascending quarterback, and if there's got to be things you're ascending from. And yes, those were some of the things that he needed to work on last year. Was a slow start.
But we're not talking about ascension.
That's what happens now.
We're talking about today, right now.
Yeah.
The Chargers improved more, and the Bo Nix has never beat the Chargers.
Yeah. Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders. But we can agree that the Raiders need...
No, the Chiefs are going to finish higher, but they're just not ranked higher by roster, because people are going to be like, well, position for position, it's not quite comparable.
You guys both agree that the Raiders are the least favorite in the AFC West.
I think it's not even close.
It's close.
You do? You think?
Yeah. I think the Raiders will win 7 or 6 games, and then the Broncos will be at like 9 or 10. So, I mean, that is a wide gap, but...
This guy's... I know he's rage-baiting me.
The best bottom-feeder comment. I think the Raiders will be a great bottom-feeder. Like, an unpredictable...
Yeah, last year they were a bye week, and they still 10-7 and 20-13 finals against the Broncos. The Chargers just wiped them. We had starters on the bench by the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. That was regular season.
And that was our backups that were starters that were on the bench. That wasn't even our starters. Like, when Bo Nix played the Chargers that Week 18 game to get the number 1 seed,
right?
He could not move the ball against our backup defense.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's a division game. Division games are always going to be tough.
Against the backup defense?
I mean, not everybody was... You didn't bench every single person. You benched a couple people.
We benched the main guys, the whole D-line for sure.
I mean, hey.
Yeah, but...
What do the fans think?
Yeah, let them comment.
Yeah, let us know what you think. Your AFC West rankings.